to our podcast, Help Me Find Him. I'm your host, Misha Renee, and this is my co-host,
Drea Renee.
Okay, you already know. You ain't new to this. We true to this.
Right.
Welcome back. So, you know how we usually do. We like to start off with a TikTok review. This week's TikTok is, I think this is a really good, relatable. It's always relatable.
It's always relatable. Yes.
But this one is about cheating.
Oh, my God.
So, Dre, hit me with her name because you know I'm terrible with the
All right.
names.
Her name on TikTok is called More Than Soul Food.
More Than Soul Food.
Soul. More than soul.
More
Gotta
than
say with the soul.
Well, what the food look like? Did it look like? I didn't really look.
I don't know. But she's a caterer, y'all.
Hey, wait, she's a caterer and she's a celebrity hairstylist, right?
She's a hairstylist?
Did she say she was a
No,
celebrity
she's a
hairstylist?
celebrity caterer. I
think she
so.
said hairstylist.
Well, she's both. Sis got money.
Listen,
Let's know that.
sis, either way you popping and he fucked up.
Right.
But so what we want to talk about this video for is because cheating is just like, it's a topic that like never gets old because there's always some kind of infidelity story out there. Your favorite celebrities are always doing some shit. I mean, for goodness sake, like
Always.
the baddest bitches get cheated on. Even Holly had to fucking dump her nigga. So like,
Damn.
you know how it be. Look, don't let me get started on Beyonce. So cheating is always one of them things that's like, damn, you hate to talk about it. You hate that it happens. But it's always happening and it's always going to be a topic because niggas is always going to be niggas.
And they just never can keep their dick in one
Like,
vagina.
tell me, was it worth it? Worth it? Was it worth it? Worth it all?
Hey.
It all?
Hey.
Tell me, was it worth it?
Who sings that?
Keisha Cole.
Okay.
You don't remember that song? It came
Tell
out when we
me,
were like high
was
school.
it worth it at all? Okay, there it goes. There.
But so before we get into this video, we just wanted y'all to know the basics of it. There is an additional video where she kind of goes into like the story time of it, but we didn't deem that necessary to show for this one. So we just want to show you the video and itself so you can see how she found out her man was cheating on her.
Oh my God.
The events that happened. And really feel this shit with us because we were
Right.
just like, but you also will see a piece of yourself in her.
You definitely will.
If you got a little bit of in you. Well, all right.
All right. So let's play the clip.
All right, we're going to play the clip.
I went out of town, came back early, rode past. My dude's supposed to be out of town too. But no. His car's in the driveway, and so is someone else's. I text him and ask him how's his trip going. He says, good. He's having a good time with his boys. They out kicking it, whatever. I said, oh, okay. Well, when are you going home? He tells me, remember, I'll be home Saturday. So I waited 2 hours. When I saw them lights go out, I took my big ass around back, got my big ass on that ladder, and climbed my big ass through that window. I don't know if it was a bald head hoe, a chicken head hoe, or a hoe with too much baby hair. All I know is I was going to find out who the hoe was, and they both had me fucked up.
So, Drea.
Did you see that video? How did y'all feel about that TikTok? Because that shit was crazy to me.
It was the climbing in the window
It
for
was
me.
the ladder.
It was the climbing through the window.
It was literally everything for me because it's like, sis, why aren't you just going through the door?
What she say? I don't know. I don't know about the edges. We gonna snap some edges.
She
Girl,
said might be some long baby hairs. We
she
don't know
was
what
like,
what
but they-
hoe we gonna get today.
She said we gonna know who the fuck they got. They gonna know.
I just really wish she would have recorded her going into the house and like her catching him.
Oh yeah,
really,
like what her reaction was.
yes, really
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
the man and the girl because he was literally texting her saying that he's enjoying his male trip that he was on. He was on a trip, but literally was at home with another female cheating. And it's just crazy to me how men just sit there and really just lie. Like, you have a good woman, she's on the road working, making money for y'all, and you want to be at home cheating. Like, it just blows my mind how these men are nowadays. Like,
The audacity. I mean, we talked about that in previous episodes. The audacity, man.
audacity.
Really, for me, the whole thing that like pisses me off about the whole cheating thing and it's the lying, it's the cheating, it's everything like that. Like, because
Right.
you really like or communicating with one person, telling them one story, making them
Right.
feel like, oh, it's all good, and on the other hand, You out here being fucking scandalous. You fucking trifling.
Trifling.
I mean,
You're trifling, good for nothing type of brother. I think we sing in all our podcasts.
We do.
All the episodes
There's
we sing,
always
y'all.
a song.
We love music.
Hey, yo,
don't mind us.
don't come for us because we be singing y'all songs. We love you.
We do love y'all.
I'm enjoying the scammer. Please leave me alone.
Not Joe
But
and
no,
Scammer.
so Drea, I do have some questions for you after watching that.
All right, let's
So
go.
I want to like, you know, I think it's one thing I can say about the TikTok. Plain and simple, we know cheating is wrong, right?
Right.
But I wanted to know, is it like this or that with it? Like, is there certain scenarios that go into it? Like, would you stay or leave? So I want to play a game
Let me take a
called
sip first.
Stay or Leave, where I'm going to give Andrea some scenarios, right?
I'm ready,
And
y'all.
she has to tell me if she was going to stay or she's going to leave. And she will briefly explain why. Okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Drea,
All right.
number one. We'll do three of them.
Okay, cool.
Number one, you find your man, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's home.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that he's stumbling all through the house as soon as you walk in. You're like, what the hell? You walk in, you notice there is garments,
Okay.
women garments that are not yours.
Oh, okay.
You can't seem to figure out where the woman is, but you know she's somewhere, very much something. But you can't tell, you can't 100% prove. You just know there's shit in your house. You don't see the girl. He looks flustered. Are you staying or are you leaving?
Well, that's a hard one because a part of me probably want to stay and try to, like, stay in a relationship or stay
In
right
the
there.
relationship. Like,
Oh,
are you
no.
staying in a relationship? Because you clearly could tell something went down, but you just can't prove it.
I mean, okay, that's a hard one because I probably will leave. I ain't even gonna say I will
Oh,
stay.
wait, you want to leave? Okay.
I'm gonna leave because
Thought you were gonna
I'm gonna leave because why is there another woman's garments on this floor, sir? But sometimes a part of me, like the soft, gentle heart that I have, probably would have been like, you know, I forgave him for the first. Like if it was the first offense, let's just say.
Is this
that.
your husband?
Is this my husband or my boyfriend?
If my husband did, I would whoop his
If it's a
ass.
husband or a boyfriend. If it's a husband, he gotta go.
If it's your husband, he gotta go? That's ass backwards.
Why?
Because you took vows with your
Okay,
husband.
so if it's a boyfriend, he gotta go. If it's the husband, we can probably talk and work shit out. You're right.
I mean, if it's your
It was
husband, I would
backwards.
just say, like, you know, personally, ladies, men, close your ears. Personally, I feel like, ladies, you always gotta leave these niggas. When they fuck up, leave them the first time. Don't sit there and
Peace.
immediately get back with them. Leave that nigga. At least leave him for a good 30 days. Make him think about what the fuck he did. Make him feel like he's really losing you. Get them text messages that say, baby, I can't live without you. And then you go back. Don't
But if
you
he's my
immediately go
husband,
back.
why is he even bringing another woman into the house? That's what I want. That would be my question right there. Like, you should not be
It's true.
doing
It's true.
anything because I know I satisfy you. I know I will satisfy
Oh, you know what you do.
Yes, I know what I bring to the table. No man will ever have to worry about cheating on me. Just
You
know
got that guap,
future
guap
husband.
3000.
I got the.
Drea got that guap.
I don't got guap. What
3000.
shit? That is
The
not
guap,
for the
guap.
world to know what
Guap,
I got
guap.
in between these legs.
All right, ready for
I got
question
the
number
guac
two?
guac number negative 100.
You ready for question number 2? Mm-hmm. All right, so this is your boyfriend. You guys have been together for 3 years.
Okay.
He has not cheated on you. However, you noticed he has a lot of dick pics in his phone.
Oh, he gotta go. He's going.
He
Nigga,
has
you gay?
He
Why is
has
there
a lot
dicks
of
in the
dick pics in his
phone?
phone, and they're not his dick.
Oh no, he gotta
It's
go.
like a collector's item.
Because first of all, if you're, he probably had sex with men. Then you're bringing our dick over to me, and I'm putting my mouth on it. Probably been in buttholes. I don't.
well, I mean,
Or
but
dick
I
been in
mean,
your butthole. I don't got time for that. He gotta go.
what if he's bi? Well, I mean, this
Ain't
is,
no
this is
bi.
the thing. Now, if you cheated, you gotta go regardless. Like, bi or not. But
First
would
of
you
all-
date? Like, would you date a bi man?
No, because that's just kind of gay. Like that. That's a lot of.
Well,
gay.
how is that?
It ain't
kind of
gay.
That
That's
doesn't
gay.
make you gay if you date
But
a bi
it's like,
man.
but he's fucking a man, and then you're gonna fuck me. Like,
It happens all the time behind your back.
I mean, probably.
It happens all the time behind your back.
We just never did. Fuck.
I would date a bi man. I'll
You
put
would?
that out. I would date a bi man.
Oh.
Because I feel like there's a level of honesty. Like, right, if you could tell me you're bi, I feel like it has such a stigma that, like, that's a vulnerable spot. So if you're coming to me and you're being honest with me about it, like, clearly we have good communication. We have a good relationship.
If he's bi, but what if he tried to have a threesome with you and another man? That's a good one. Misha wants to date a bi man, but he wants
I
to have
didn't
a.
say yes nor no.
Okay, but what if he brings another man to the
I didn't
situation?
say yes or no.
and he just starts dwelling on the man.
Oh no, no.
He wants you to watch.
This got juicy. This got juicy. Fine.
He wants you to watch him and him.
I don't know if I want to watch them, but if it was like, I don't want to say like I don't want to get a train ran on me, but I don't know.
I don't think that would work because if the dude, what if the other dude's like gay? Okay.
Oh, what?
We're getting too
well,
deep, y'all.
you mean like if he's flamboyant?
Yeah, if the
I
other
couldn't do that.
If the other one was like straight, no, not straight, but like gay, and then your friend is bi, and then it's you, like.
Well, no, I don't. Well, I don't think because he's bi that we immediately have to bring somebody in
Yeah.
the bedroom. Like one thing, I think that's a big thing. That's like a stigma with men. It's like, oh, because I'm bi or I'm gay, like I want literally this is all I want. Like if you're a bi man, like and you're dating a woman, you can still be monogamous. Now we're talking about there's a difference between being bi and straight and being a hoe and monogamous.
Well, goddamn.
We are like insinuating that because you're
Goddamn.
bi, you're a hoe. And that's not necessarily true. You could
Yeah.
be bi and you could be monogamous
Right.
and want a relationship with the person you want a relationship with. Just
Okay, I
because you
get
might
it.
know
I
what
get
it's
it now,
like to
what you're
have
saying.
a little penis doesn't mean that you always need penis. Like, you know what I mean? I know what it's like to get my ass ate. I don't always ask to get my ass ate.
I do.
All right, well, that third question. Third question. All right,
I'm just playing.
third scenario. Let me hit you with this one. Okay. This is a long-time boyfriend. I'm not going to put no years on it, but this is a long-time boyfriend. And this
Right, I
time,
been a long time boyfriend and a husband.
you found out that he was not only cheating on you, but he's cheating on you with your best friend.
I'll kill you. Sorry.
Damn, how you know it's me? You got a couple bitches. Damn. Sorry,
I'm just playing.
Sorry, I'm
Okay,
running out the window. I'm jumping out the window with this one.
All right, so a longtime boyfriend, he's cheating on me with my best friend. Then they both gotta go. You was never my best friend if you're gonna lay up with my man that we say we've been together 5-6 years, and no, y'all been cheating for 2 years, bro. Bye, sis. You ain't my sis. You gotta go too. I'm sorry. You was never a real one, and y'all bitches gotta die.
Are you giving any of those scenarios a second chance?
No, well maybe the first one.
The first one.
Yeah,
Which
with
that
the
was the
garments
one-
on the
the
floor.
garments on the floor.
I mean, if he was my husband,
He's
yeah.
sneaky. That's the scariest one. I feel like you caught everybody else red-handed. You don't know what he's capable of.
You're right.
Because when you cheat, it's like, I feel like some people, when they cheat, it's like, I got to figure out a way not to get caught again. Like, some people think like that. Like, some people aren't thinking, like, I need to fix this and I'll never do it again. Some people think, like, damn, I never get caught. How the fuck I get caught? I got caught slipping. I got to do better.
Well, the nigga.
So
was-
the garments one is the scary one to me.
It is because you're in my house too. Like I'm walking in
Yes.
the house and you get.
And you could
I
clearly
don't
tell
know,
that you
Misha.
can't put your finger.
That's a good one. I don't
I'ma
know if
tell
I'll
you
take
right
any
now.
of them motherfuckers back.
And I'll get more into
Find
this
me a white
later.
man.
I'll get more into this later because my story time is about my situation. But after my last relationship where a nigga cheated on me, I'm never taking a nigga.
Not a
back.
nigga shit.
Got to go.
Literally.
But all right, let's bring it back to the TikTok review. Thank you
Okay.
for playing my game with me.
You're welcome. That was fun.
So when it comes to basically just cheating in general, what I really thought was hilarious about her video, she really I feel like she really is your homegirl. Like you
She
you
really
feel like
got
you
the
could be
ladder
her.
there.
Yeah, like she was like, oh no, this man said that he was here. Oh, I see him there. Oh, I'm finna.
I seen the car. Then there was another car. Oh, I'm climbing through the window. Why did you just go to the door?
because the window feels sneaker. I had a moment where I wanted to sneak through my ex's window one time. Because it was after I took him back after he cheated on me. And I knew he had a window. He had like the apartment that was like lower level. And I could tell his window was parallel. And I'm like, sometimes when he wouldn't answer his phone because I already didn't trust him, I'm like, I just want to go look in the window and see what the fuck you ain't answering your phone for. But so I agree with the window.
I mean, I don't think I ever been with a man who had their own place that cheated. So it's like I can't go to the man's home. I'm gonna break into my own window. The fuck? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just the truth, y'all. It's literally the truth.
I ain't never had a man who.
I don't think they all been with me. Like, and that's why I'm always the.
What did Cat Williams say?
I don't know.
You be saying all niggas ain't shit. It's the niggas you fuck with.
It is the niggas that I fucked with.
Girl, oh my goodness. Well, I can't
was
talk
funny.
too much shit because I had my fair share of niggas that had to come in with me too. But that was funny. Woo.
That was funny.
All in all, I completely understand where she's coming from. If you want to check out the full story behind it, she mentions that the reason why she went through the window, the reason why she like was not being sneaky, but the reason why she was even concerned. I think she mentions that he lived really close to her, so that's why she was riding past his house. It wasn't that she didn't trust him.
Oh, they didn't live together.
No, I don't think they lived together. I think she said she lived really close to him. She had to get past his house to go to hers, and that's when she noticed, you said you're out of town, your car is
That's
here.
a plot twist.
Shit ain't adding up. Right, and because she had came back to town early.
Right.
So I think when your woman intuition comes off, like when you feel that shit, listen to that shit. My women intuition ain't never been wrong. Even on niggas I'm just talking to, like we don't even gotta be boyfriend or girlfriend. My intuition be like, bitch, that nigga is trying to get one over on you. I'd be like, really?
Yeah.
Now
I need to listen to mine more.
I gotta leave, old boy.
Gotta leave him alone.
I hope y'all enjoyed that TikTok review as much as we did.
Yes.
We gonna catch y'all on a story time. Welcome back to our podcast. Help me find him. This is our story time segment. One of our favorite segments.
Yes, definitely my favorite.
Where we get to bare our souls and talk about all the bullshit
All the shit
that we've been through. Well, that I've been
all
through.
the shit.
Look, that I've been through. But before we start ours off this time, I did just want to kind of touch base on just the topic that we've been talking about throughout this episode, which was cheating. Cheating, it's like unfortunate that it's like a topic, but it's always going to be like a trending topic.
Always.
When you hear that a celebrity got cheated on, you want to know. When you hear that somebody in your circle got cheated on, it's like, oh my gosh, you cheated on.
Like, what
you.
happened? Right.
It's one of them things that is just like people unfortunately do, and people want to know.
And it kind of makes you scared to just want to be with someone because it's like every day someone's getting cheated on.
Seriously.
So it's like if I get in a relationship, is that going to happen to me?
Cheat on me? Like, are there any more good ones out there?
Is there?
Like, let me know.
Fine, we're Brittany.
Right? Like, totally.
Like, totally.
But we wanted to talk about a cheating story that we heard of this week, which was Neo's wife, Crystal Renee, came forward.
Yep.
And she had basically wrote a note that she posted on Instagram. Andrea is going to read it for us, and we're going to talk about it.
This lady. I can't believe it was 8 years of heartaches. So don't let me get into the show.
I'm done.
8 years of lies and deception. 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and husband with numerous of women who sell their bodies to him. Unprotected, every last one of them. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. The mentality of a narcissist. I will no longer lie to the public or pretend that this is something it isn't. I choose me. I choose my happiness and health and my respect. I gained 3 beautiful children out of this, but nothing else but wasted years and heartache. I ask that you all please stop sending me videos or information of him cheating because what he does is no longer my concern. I am not a victim. I'm choosing to stand tall with my head held high. If someone can't love you the way you deserve, then it's up to you to love yourself. With no hate in my heart, I wish him nothing but the best. Crystal Renee.
Love yourself.
I mean, yes, you definitely got to love yourself.
Yeah,
Always
she
put
definitely
yourself
said,
first. And
it's
you got
none
kids.
of my concern anymore.
None of my concern.
No.
Yeah. Shout out Janae.
I definitely feel like when it came down to it, first off, she's at peace.
She's definitely at peace because she's not even like being argumentative or like on Instagram or any social media site like, man, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Like she's just like,
She's over it.
don't send me shit. I'm over it. I'm wiping my hands clean with this
She's far
marriage. You know, he did what he did, but I'm no longer going to be a part of what he's doing.
It's like really sick to me too that she actually said when she said that he was paying to have sex with women and sleeping with every last one of them unprotected.
Yes,
so that
that's
means
just
you
disgusting.
literally put your penis in women that you know will have sex with someone if the price is right. You put your penis in them unprotected. And I don't know if you tested them or not, but I highly doubt that was probably one of your concerns. And you go back to the woman who's bared 3 of your children, who you made vows to, who's your wife who takes care of your home.
Right.
And you have sex with your woman, and you basically just don't give a damn what you might be transferring over from your shenanigans to your wife.
Right.
That right there,
That's not a safe place.
that's enough to make me want to.
That's enough to make me like, because it's like I'm not doing shit. So if anything would have happened, what if he tried to blame her
He
for
wouldn't
the
have blamed
shit?
her for it. Probably knew he couldn't blame her for it. But my thing is, when it comes to women, she's probably thinking all types of things other than it's other women.
Right.
She's probably thinking, oh, my pH is off. Like if it wasn't
Yeah,
just
what
a
am I
straight
using?
STD, like you know
Right.
what I mean, like oh, my pH is off.
And
Oh,
sometimes you
this,
don't
this,
even get
that.
symptoms when it comes to STDs. You
No,
know?
seriously, and it's
A
like
man,
you put her in harm's
never
way.
knows. Like a man won't know.
You could be a carrier. You put your wife in harm's way. You
Right.
didn't give a damn, and I think that's so foul. Like she said, 8 years. I have 3 kids with you. All I'm worried about at this point is the kids because I'm tired.
Right.
She sound like a woman tired, and then he gonna come forward talking about give me some privacy.
There ain't no privacy.
Give our
nigga.
family some privacy. She's the one that told us.
You wasn't
Baby, I'm
trying
not
to be
giving you no
private when you're
privacy.
sleeping with these other women.
You wasn't
I'm
worried about
protected.
it. You thought, I guess, because when you pay the prices right, you get like a certain level where nobody's gonna say nothing.
No, they saying something.
Please listen. Let me
They're
tell
always
you
going to
something.
tell the next person. A girl always got a best friend that she's going to tell. That best friend always got someone else that's just sitting there listening or something.
trying
And
to
word
tell
gets
you.
out, word gets around, and no, you couldn't kept that private.
And what happens in the dark will come to light. What happens in the
Absolutely.
dark will come to light. You're asking for privacy, but you were in the wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can't, oh, please give me and my family privacy at this time. You put your family in this position, and now you're asking for us to turn a blind eye to
Hell
it.
no.
When your wife is the one who put us in the position to know the information, I would give you your privacy and your respect if y'all was both on the same accord. But it sounds like you're alone on this one, and it sounds like you're in the wrong. So this is your tape, and this is your 13th reason why. Okay, Neo?
All right. Well,
But
other than that,
other than the celebrity news, why don't we get into our own personal story times? And Drake, you go ahead first, actually.
oh Jesus. Oh. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna talk about a time when would you basically call it cheating?
Yeah, it's definitely cheating.
I got cheated on. Okay, my ex-boyfriend at the time, we lived together. New chick moved in down the street, you know. Him and the chick started hanging out. They had some common interest of marijuana. They smoked, you know. So I was like, fuck it, why not? So, of course, I'm a friendly-ass woman. So I'm like, oh, what's up? How are you? Nice to meet you. You know, he introduced us. You know, she was coming to my house. I actually made her dinner a couple times because we actually, like, all smoked together and was chilling. This is before my son, y'all. I just want y'all to know that. I was a little reckless, but anyway, long story short, one of these nights I was asleep. I think I fell asleep at like 12 a.m. And I wake up at like 6. I'm like, where the fuck is my nigga at? He's not in his bed. Where the fuck are you at? I'm calling. No answer. So he's texting me. Like, I'm like, all right, you could text back, but you can't fucking call. What makes sense of that? Anyway.
Yeah, come on now.
So I'm like, where you at? He was like, oh, I'm up the street. La 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 la. So next thing you know, I'm like, all right, when you coming back? He's like, I'll be back in like 10, 20 minutes. I said, okay, cool. So I go outside with my crazy ass, and I stand in this alleyway. Because I'm like, the girl had her car. She had her own car. So she parked in the alleyway because that's where the fuck her front door was. So I'm standing in the alleyway. I actually walked down the street a little bit.
I didn't even know you went in the alleyway. That's
I
funny,
did
so.
because I'm a little psycho. I went in the alleyway, so I was waiting for the car to pull up. So I see her come around the corner. Boom, she parks her car. She goes in her house. Next thing you know, he's actually walking down the fucking alleyway like not even 5 minutes, like 2 minutes later. He's like walking around the corner. So I'm like, so what the fuck is this? Like, you think I'm stupid? She just parked her car and you're walking around the corner. I'm not stupid. So I think that was the same day, like, I went to her house and I was talking to her, like, what was you doing with my man, blah, blah, blah. So she was telling me, like, that Tim, he's trying to do this. Like, there was dick pics in her phone of him. Like, she showed me text messages from him to her. He was talking like, oh, I want to put my dick down your throat and this and that, sending her videos of his dick while he's sitting on my couch in my apartment. I was just so fucking disgusted. Like, it was like, dude, it's not that serious, especially when you have a woman who gives you what you want. Great sex, great head. What else can you
talk your shit.
What else can you ask for? Like, and it just blows me because a nigga would literally have his cake and want the next motherfucking cake. And you know what? It's sickening. And I definitely felt like, damn, this nigga didn't love me, this and that. But he apologized and says, I love you. I don't want nobody
And I think,
else.
wait,
And
let's
fall
back it
for
up.
the bitch.
Remember, you didn't really believe they had sex back then.
I didn't believe they had sex back then, but now I'm really thinking like they definitely had some type of sexual intercourse because there is no way. I know fucking the girl was probably like, oh, he got a nice dick. Because my ex-boyfriend was packing. He was definitely packing. So, anyway, I know
Thank you for that information, Andrea.
Oh, you're welcome. But anyway, they probably definitely had sex. I will never know till this day because my ex-boyfriend was a very narcissistic liar. Like, pathological, narcissistic. That's like the worst combination you can fucking be with.
Hell yeah.
And I didn't notice that until like literally probably like a couple years ago. Like, and it really like hurts me that he is like that. Well, was like that. Probably still like that to this day.
Like
niggas don't really change for real, unless
niggas ain't shit.
Niggas ain't shit.
Pull up at your crib, can't pay
my God.
rent. Look at what you did.
Okay, that was my little short story, y'all. So I'm gonna let Misha talk about her cheating story. Whew.
My story a little bit longer.
It's long.
So, story time. For me, talking about getting cheated on. So I was in a relationship with what I would consider at that time the love of my life. I know God has bigger and better things for the queen now because that could not have been it.
Oh my God.
But at the time, I was thinking that was the love of my life. We had been together for 2 years. We lived together. And our first year was phenomenal. Our second year was a little mix of phenomenal and hell.
Not hell.
Hell. We had a lot of ups and we had probably more downs. We were not really making it. Our relationship was really in struggle bus area. But towards the end of the year, we actually decided that we wanted to stay together and we wanted to fix things, and we were fixing things, and we were really working to stay committed and really like make the relationship work. So I thought. So basically my intuition just jumped off. Like one week, I think it was like around Christmas time. I remember it was around Christmas time. I remember he was working on a Saturday and I had to work later that night as well at the club that I worked at. And I was like, running out and about with my mom and family because it was Christmas. And it was the week before Christmas. And so I expected when I got home at like 8 o'clock that he would be here because he got off work at 5, and he wasn't. He was actually shopping with a coworker that I never heard her name before. Never. It's a brand new batch. Woo.
Oh my God.
He was with a new girl, a new coworker that he was shopping at the mall with, and he said he was getting gifts.
He probably wasn't a coworker.
Girl. And so he was just like, oh, I'll be home soon. And I'm like, that's not gonna work. Like my intuition just sprung off. Like, the fuck is you talking about, nigga? Like, what? Why aren't you here?
I would have went to the mall.
It was bad. Like I knew what mall he was in. I really thought about pulling up, but at that point I was just like, forget it. Whatever it is, what it is. So at that point I just was like, you know what? I'm going to like calm down, but I really couldn't calm myself down. So I decided, I'm like, I'm going to look through my closet. I'm going to see if I can find condoms anywhere. Because one thing about him, I felt like whenever we were like first getting into our relationship before we were fully committed, he was very safe. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? If anything, I'm going to find some condoms. Like, I will be able to find it, and I'll know he's cheating on me. So I checked the whole closet, couldn't find nothing. I'm, like, snapping on him. So I'm like, I don't know. Something's not adding up. This ain't adding up. This ain't working. And come to find out, like, he's like, you just need to calm down. Like, he's just like, you need to calm down. It's really not anything going on. Like, I just need you to, like, understand, like, I'm not cheating on you.
Right.
Look me dead in my eyes, right in my pupils, and he's like, you need to calm down. I would never do that to you. Literally. I would never do that to you. And I'm like, okay, so I'm tripping. Mm-hmm. It's me.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't me. God, one thing about God, he got me. God want me to know something, he want me to know it. And so it just so happened my ex-boyfriend, we worked about a block and a half from each other. And one day he caught an Uber to work and he left his phone in the Uber. And the Uber couldn't figure out what number to call. And apparently, like, I'm his girlfriend. At the time, I was his girlfriend. So I'm all through his call log. I'm all in his text message. So the Uber was like, I'm going to call this girl and see if she knows how I can get the phone to him. Well, when she called me, I'm like, oh, yeah, I work near him. So you can bring the phone to me and I'll get it to him.
Right.
So I get the phone, and I'm not going to lie to you. It felt like God put it in my lap for 2 reasons. I'm like, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get in touch with his coworkers to find him, to get him his phone. But also, a bitch ain't been feeling right for a minute. So a
Let me
bitch
just
gonna see
check.
why the fuck I ain't feeling right. So I go through his text messages. I don't go in like fighting. I just go in with his text message. Like, let me see if I can find his coworker to tell them, hey, I have his phone. And then, like, you know, if I run into something on the way, then
Fuck it.
and sure lo and behold, I ran into multiple things on the way. I ran into the Dunkin' Donut girl. He apparently in Dunkin' Donuts, the worker gave him her number on a napkin, and he was texting her, and he was like, really thought that was slick how you did that. That was so dope. Like, I really fuck with that.
Nah, it was not dope.
Girl,
That was lame.
he was texting girls from his
Lame.
job. They were talking about how I existed, but you know, yeah, you do exist. Well, basically, this is kind of how the conversation went. I know that you have a girlfriend, and you know she exists in the flesh, but you know, I really wish like we could
serious?
be like more than friends, but maybe we could still be friends. And he's like, oh no, we could definitely still be friends, and you know, you never know what's gonna happen in the future. You giving hope to bitches?
He definitely was giving him hope.
You serving hope on a platter, and we talking about rings? We talking about rings? This wasn't practice, nigga. Practice? We was talking about marriage, and you over here giving bitches hope. Okay, that's why this is your tape. This is your 13th reason why. And then the icing on the cake, the ex-girlfriend that I thought you told me I had nothing to worry about. And I said, stop talking to her, because at a certain point I was like, I know I have something to worry about.
Right.
The ex-girlfriend was sending you pictures of her son, talking about, look at your stepson, asking if I was asleep, when I was asleep, so that you could sneak out the house to go see her. And you were sending her pictures of your fresh cut. You, my friend, are fucking ridiculous for that shit. You really fucking need help. This bitch had nothing on me.
Right.
And I rarely talk like that. But I want it to be known, because sis, and I can't really call you sis, I'm sorry. Ma'am, I still have a little bit of smoke for you.
Bitch.
It's been a couple years.
Ain't no
but
ma'am.
Seriously.
Like,
But
don't.
but when it comes down to it, it's been a couple years. I'm way far removed from that relationship, but I really did not like the way that I was disrespected in that. And I really felt like you really went out of the way to try to get what you thought was your man back. But I'm pretty sure we both know that's not your man, right? You didn't get him back ever,
No.
right? I don't want him back, but you couldn't get him back. God forgive me. But anyways, pulling back into the story, this is basically how it went. I ended up seeing that I was able to confirm he was still fucking his ex-girlfriend. So not only was he entertaining bitches, but he was fucking his ex-girlfriend. And at that point, I was like, come get your fucking phone before I fucking throw this shit out the fucking window. And when he came to get his phone, the conversation was real quick. It was real through my teeth. I like to talk like this. You were fucking cheating on me with your fucking ex-girlfriend. You were fucking texting a bitch from fucking Dunkin' Donuts. You were fucking with bitches that you fucking work with. You need to get your shit. You need to get the fuck out the house. All this while going down the escalator. And
He's
so,
probably in front, like, oh my God.
he was just like, what can I do? Like,
all right, nigga, you caught red-handed.
you're busted.
You
And
should have
so-
left that phone in that Uber was a sign. And since the Uber person definitely gonna call any other numbers, they weren't saved. And
Right.
You probably Misha or Babe. Or
Yeah,
Hart.
it was Babe in the phone. So they knew, like, you know, who to reach out to. And the funny part was, like you said, like, you took your man back. I took mine back.
Right.
I didn't let him stay in the house. My peace was very important to me at that time. I actually, after that breakup, you know, because we were so close and because the relationship for me, I thought that was my end all be all. I couldn't sleep for a minute. I couldn't eat for a couple of days. I was all messed up. I couldn't focus at work. I left work early and was crying. Like, it really broke my heart that somebody I cared about that much and would have done anything for felt like they couldn't just be honest with me about where they were at. Felt the need to do me dirty.
Right.
You know, just couldn't even, as much as we've been through together,
Someone
it was wild that you did
just
that.
give your all to just turns around and slaps you right in the face, like
Right.
like you were never anything. Like, nigga, what?
Exactly.
And that's what hurts the most, like,
Right.
for real.
And when it came down to it, did I try to work it back out? Like, once he moved out the house, we did try to work it out a couple times, and it was just like, it wasn't like same shit, like he was cheating on me, but it was just like, we were never going to get back to that place. We were never going to be able to see eye to eye. And honestly, I was never going to be able to get over it. And he was just like, it was like we were trying to act like new versions of us were showing up, but we weren't.
But at least y'all tried, and it didn't work. So
It wasn't-
obviously, it was meant to be for y'all to be separated. So
Right.
you can just grow more as a woman
And I did.
and grow better.
And I did.
Okay.
And I
That's
did.
what I like to
All of
hear.
that. Because one thing
All
I
of
will
that.
say, it created a better version of me. You know, I
Right.
feel like back then I was really into making sure that like everybody around me was taken care of and everything about around me was just like in a good spot and everybody was happy. And now I'm more about my happiness.
Right.
I'm more about me.
Your peace.
My peace, my happiness. I'm giving a better version of me to the next man that deserves me. And I'm making sure that the next man that gets me deserves me.
Amen.
And that he is not somebody that I have to worry about. And I
Right.
thank my ex-boyfriend for that because honestly, I don't think when I was dating him, I think I was kind of in a spot where I just really, really, really wanted us to work.
Right.
And I was willing to take a lot that I normally wouldn't have taken.
Right. Ooh.
I let that relationship convince me that it was worth fighting for, when in reality we're worth fighting for. I'm worth fighting for my damn self.
Right.
So I'm glad that relationship woke me up, and I do truly, on some Crystal Renee shit, wish that man the best. He knows I wish him the best, and he knows that I'm still rooting for him in life. But we are, in the words of Taylor Swift,
We are never, ever,
ever getting back together. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. You messed up, the best of luck. I hope that you are okay. But we are never, ever, ever
What?
getting back together. And that wraps up our episode, y'all. So I really do hope that you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Feel free to like, share, comment. If you want to share a story, please remember, we actually changed the email.
What's the email?
The email is now helpmefindhimpodcast@gmail.com.
Oh, that's
so you
good.
now can email the name of the podcast and send a story
Right.
and share it. We'll talk about it at any given time. If it's a story time, if it's a TikTok, if it's a video, send it. We want to talk about it. We want to hear what's going on with y'all too. But other than that, we really just thank you guys so much for joining us and tuning into our podcast. Until next time.